All right, who's starting?
Jerome, last year you were kind of shy about talking about preseason expectations. Now you're throwing around the words like national championship. Just what's been the mindset change there?
Yeah, I just felt, I heard a quote that a small vision is an insult to a big God, and I felt like I underestimated or set the bar a little too low for the guys last year, and I don't want to do that again, and I'd rather shoot for the stars and land on the moon.
Marquise Noel used last year when he wasn't all Big 12 stuff preseason as motivation. Do you think Naquan will do this?
I hope so. I hope it motivates him, but really, motivation needs to be internal, because then it doesn't matter what's going on the outside, that you're going to keep, going for that goal, and I'd rather have internal motivation. I think Quan's internally motivated.
Coach, it's been a year since you were here in this building. So much can change. What all has changed in the last year for you?
Well, we got 3 new freshmen, 4 transfers, not a lot. I mean, we're living life. We're plugging away, trying to build a program that can consistently compete for a national championship. And I think as a staff, and I think our theme this year is all in. Like, not just like, we want everybody from the custodian to the athletic director to be all in on that we can win a national championship, and then every part of us being all in, not just I'm kind of in. And so I'm hoping that's the mindset that we change with the people that touch our program.
Last year you guys were picked dead last in Big 12. This year you were picked 6. You feel like that's fair?
I don't worry about the predictions. The same dudes that were wrong last year are wrong this year. They could be. So, our thing is just to be the best version of ourselves every day, get 1% better, and be the toughest, grittiest, most connected team in the country, and it gives you a chance, every night to have a chance to win.
You mentioned on the podium that you got told no a lot in the transfer portal, and then some people regretted that perhaps. This year, when you've been out there, it's been a little bit easier for you with the way it was last year?
It's easier to get in the door with kids. It's still hard to get them to say yes.
Mm-hmm. You got the roster to 13 like you wanted. Did you feel like you checked all the boxes as far as personnel-wise, what you wanted?
Yeah, I like the group that's assembled. I like the fact that we can play multiple ways with the group. I'll know at the end of the year if it was it was supposed to be, but I like the people that they are, and I like the makeup of the team.
How did Tyler and David, what makes those 3 guys just such good representatives of the base game to be here?
I think you're going to be able to answer that question after you spend a little time with them. For me, it's they smile every day when I see them. They do everything the right way. They really care about the school and their teammates, and so I'm excited they're here.
How does Quez Glover make you guys a better team?
Well, the goal was to get 2 guards that had played 90-plus games of college basketball, so that we didn't want to be a 1-point guard system, and so he fits that. And he won a state championship in high school. He's played in the NCAA tournament. I mean, he's a winner, and he smiles a lot and has a burst, and it's exciting.
Coach, you told CJ you're going to go maybe a little bit different direction on offense this year. Can you elaborate on why you think that change is necessary?
Yeah, well, I tell the staff all the time to get big, you have to recruit big, and because you need size, right? You need great guards, but you also need size. And last year we got out rebounded 44-22 in the last game, and that's why they were just tougher than us. They were bigger, and that center, we couldn't contain him, and so I want to be able to recruit talented size. And in the NBA, everybody's playing more of a 5-out system, and guys want to have a chance to go there. They're not, there's no plotters, no guy that stands in the lane, and so to be able to recruit an elite big that has NBA type skill, or what the NBA big is looking like, you got to play a system that attracts them. And so I wanted it to be that way for this year, as far as how we play, because it'll be more unpredictable, but also moving forward, I'll be able to show elite bigs out there that, man, we play a style of play that translates to the NBA.
Who will be the most integral when it comes to that toughness and rebounding for your team?
It's a collective thing. It's a collective. The staff that we not just emphasize it, but we hold them accountable, and when they do it right, we celebrate it. We have to set that tone every day in practice because kids will follow your lead.
Drum, you mentioned the Chiefs drum situation. Was it Native American groups you heard from afterward?
Yeah, I have. I've heard from some students and leadership on campus and got to meet with them, and they shared their point of view. And I consider myself to be very coachable, and I never want to do anything to offend anybody. Now, you can't make everybody happy, but if there's a way that me educating myself can help them help move the cause forward in whatever direction, I want to be a part of it.
What was their concern?
Like, I had no history of Kansas, and that there are 4 tribes in the state of Kansas, and just the history of I knew nothing about it. And I think me taking the time to educate myself, to listen to them, I think that's the first step in allowing people to let their guards down.
One of the things that, I mean, obviously your life has changed a lot in the last year. You mentioned you never paid attention to the Big 12 media days. It was Scottsdale. You've been up here, you've been asked to bang the drum, making a lot more money, all that kind of stuff. What have you learned maybe about being in that spotlight over the last year?
Well, I've been prepping myself to answer the question of, our trip to Israel and what's going on right now. I've been prepping myself with the drum thing, right? Learning about Native Americans in Kansas. I've been, prepping myself about a whole bunch of things that have nothing to do with basketball, right? And that's okay. That's okay because I was put in this position, and you have responsibilities in this position. But I would say that's the thing that has changed. That for some reason there are some things. People want my opinion on certain things, and you're not going to make everybody happy, but I'm going to try and be as truthful as possible.
What's the best thing that's happened to you in the last year with all of this?
Being able to bless my staff and keep them and watch our families on our staff, watch them. Our Gene and President Linton has given me the opportunity to keep my staff and pay them in a way that's comparable to everybody else in the Big 12, and so knowing that I get to live life with those guys every day that's the best thing.
You utilize the transfer portal. Would you change anything to how that process goes?
You'd like it to be a little bit shorter. I heard the story that UConn staff was doing a Zoom with a kid in the portal the night before the national championship game. Like, you think, like, really, do they have to? But they're opening the portal when the people's season ends, and I mean, we're in the NCAA tournament. I'm trying to win games, and but we also have to think about the future. So I would love if the portal didn't open till after the national championship game, and if it was 30 days. But the powers that be are smarter than I am, so they make their decisions.
What do you like about Will McNair, and how has he kind of settled on the basket?
Will's a big body. He's another kid that usually has a smile on his face. He's fun to be around. He's got good hands and good feet, and he's been very coachable.
David is maybe the only person I've come across who plays basketball from the Netherlands. Just kind of, an interesting dynamic. Since you've known him, can you tell he's from overseas? And are there any interesting quirks that he brings to the game because of his, foreign?
Well, you always hear about the skilled European big, and he brings skill and athleticism together for you, and so that makes it really cool. I wouldn't say anything about, there's nothing culturally. He's done a good job of adapting, and but it's cool when you hear him talking to his brother or his mom on the phone, and they're speaking their language, and you have no clue what they're saying, and so that always like reminds you, like, oh, my man is not from here. So